I'm a Sharia law survivor from Iran. And I'm here to tell you this is a dangerous ideology you're allowing in their country.
And can an amen and a boom shakalaka go right there?
Every country that is Islamic now, it used to be a Christian country.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And we were soft Christians and we allowed these people to come in, bring their Sharia law.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So what you're seeing right now is a city council meeting from McKinney, Texas. There is a Sharia law survivor that comes and speaks to the city council. They had hundreds of people in attendance protesting a large religion of peace facility that's being built there. Now, across the United States, the number of mosques that are being built far outweighs the number of churches that are being built. People came out protesting this, obviously because it's going to affect traffic. That's the reason that they're doing this. And we really need to wake up to what's happening in the United States. You can see this group here. This is in Dearborn, Michigan. Dearborn, Michigan. I want you to watch this. I want you to understand these people are marching. What are they watching for? Where are all the women and children? But this is a mostly peaceful religion. And I want you to understand, or I want you to think, why is this happening now? More importantly, why are we allowing this to happen? I don't hear any English in there, do you? I'm wondering what these people are saying. They're dressed up in some outfits. Now, if this was the Patriot Front, we gotta investigate them because they all look like white dudes. But this is a different dynamic. This is allowable. These flags. This looks like Charlottesville, doesn't it? Men, all military-aged men, marching in the streets of an American city. I don't know what they're marching for. Keep your eyes peeled for any American flags.
Into their countries and slowly kill us off left and right. Let me make it very clear to you. Christianity is a personal relationship with God where it says,
I always describe it as like, whether you believe in Christ or not, it's an awesome framework, like a scaffolding for being a good person. You could follow that guy's teachings. Like, there's no flaws in it. Like, especially Jesus. Like, there's not one thing you point to. Like, you know, there's a few guys in religion that you could point to and go, yeah, well, he married a 9-year-old. Like, hey, that seems a little. He said he could kill the infidels. That seems a little. With Jesus, there's none of that.
None of that.
Joe Rogan starting to catch on. This religion of peace, marrying 9-year-olds, labeling people infidels, then he falls back to Jesus. And there was none of that with Jesus. There's none of that with Christianity. But you are being told, accept this or we'll cancel you. We'll remove you from every platform. You're not allowed to question this. The part that scares me, and we're going to talk about that a little bit further, is the voting.
Not only that, it's interesting.
but render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, render unto God what is God's. Islam is Sharia law, deen wa dawa, religion and state, which is not even compatible with the American thing.
45,000 people marching in Dearborn, Michigan. How do you think they vote? You think they vote left, right, libertarian, conservative voters? Well, I'll tell you, the average American turns out at 40% to vote. This religion of peace, they vote at an alarming rate of 95%. They get up off the couch, they put on the stuff, and they go vote. 95% turnout, and they vote Democratic. And they're going to be voting Democrat Socialist. We know what just happened in Michigan. Let's get back to it.
And when these people will use taqiyya to lie to you, to manipulate you, because whenever Islam is little, they will lie to you and tell you they come in peace.
Because I heard them first. I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
This is a bad idea, and you're going to regret not listening to people like us who lived under Sharia law.
So this guy gets obviously cheered off the stage. Is this someone we should listen to? Is this a warning? The guy escaped Sharia law, goes to the city council meeting, says, y'all better listen up. You're going to regret it. Now, there's a couple of people that chime in here. The usuals, named Karen, this empathetic society that we've built is allowing us to be conquered. It's not happening slowly either. This is happening at a rapid rate.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Lisa West, and I'm here to support this project, not only because it meets the city's zoning requirements, but also because I believe our community is stronger when we treat all our neighbors with equity under our Constitution.
Except conservatives, except Christians. But I'm glad she brought up it met all the zoning requirements. We don't want to have anything that doesn't meet the code. And the code right now is get rid of you, replace you, vote you out, take over. Remember what I told you? They turn out at a 95% rate in the polls. This is a greater plan. This is how Texas turns blue. And if Texas or Florida ever go, it's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely over. But this is what's happening. They're building this $16 million, 7-acre temple. We'll call it a temple. I don't know what they do inside of those because I'm not allowed to go in there. Now, they can come into any church that I go to, but I'm not allowed to go in that facility built in American soil. God bless Texas. How long before it changes to somebody else blesses Texas? You better buckle up because these liberal Karens like this, they're part of the problem. Maybe the lowest intellectual capability of voters on the planet. Empathy. They'll be crying whenever their door gets kicked in.
I understand that people can have legitimate questions about traffic, infrastructure, or development.
A lot of traffic
Too much
there.
of what I've heard tonight has nothing to do with zoning and everything to do with bigotry of a particular faith. What concerns me even more is when I saw some elected leaders here tonight amplify those fears and bigotry instead of helping bring the community together.
Syed in Michigan said he was a progressive.
So don't bring the community together, except when it's in Michigan. Listen to this. Dearborn, Michigan, 45,000 men out marching. They just elected a Democrat socialist. Michigan is the absolute example of what is going to occur in places like McKinney, Texas. How long before they start blasting the music 5 times a day for the call to prayer? Listen to what they say here about Michigan.
Not a socialist, not a member of DSA. Well, we lined up all the issues here, and they pretty much check off between the DSA and Syed when it comes to Medicare for all, abolish ICE, Supreme Court reform, billionaires tax, arms embargo on Israel. So they're pretty much lined there, and he was the winner on Tuesday.
Winner on Tuesday by a percentage point. Democrat El Said, I think his name is Mohammed. Michigan, y'all got problems, man. But it's not just Michigan. Texas has got problems. Any city where all of this stuff is happening, you better take note.
By a point when
Leadership should calm fears, not deepen divisions by encouraging bigotry and suspicion of our neighbors because of.
Look at the lady behind her just shaking her head. Just shaking her head. And then all these other clowns are on their phones, probably playing Words with Friends.
Religion.
What do you think about this? I'm going to show you what's going on right here. McKinney Council unanimously approves this center amid fierce operation. The city council, the people in the community, showed up at an alarming rate to protest this. They said to hell with it. 7-0 on a 5.5 acre, 32,000 square foot center. I don't know if there's any stopping this machine when the city council, not one, would vote against it. Not one. Now, I want to show you something. Somebody chimed in here. Rob Schneider, Deuce Bigelow. Dear Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, I have my credit card and I'm ready to donate to your campaign to defeat anti-Christian freakazoid Talafrico. And I guarantee you so is everyone in McKinney, Texas. But please help them stop the mosque build. It's a direct link to Win Red. This is huge. Rob is based. But this is an image of this center that they're going to build. You like that? It's very, probably take out these houses down here. Got this 32,000 foot temple amongst all those houses, right? And this guy just basically begged them not to allow this to happen. Not to allow it to happen. Sharia law is not really a thing here yet. But what happens inside of those temples to the men and women, mainly the women, that don't go along? And then when you've got Joe Rogan coming out saying, there's a few guys in religion that married 9-year-olds. Joe lives in Texas. What if he's going to support Talafrico or Ken Paxton? This religion of peace, it continues to get misinformation. And you've got Joe Kent. This guy will probably be the next Secretary of Defense if Democrats win. If Tucker Carlson gets his way, this is your next Secretary of Defense. Listen to what he says.
The whole myth that Iran is full of crazy jihadis. Number one, that's not the Shias. The Shias don't use. Shias have never come over to America. Now, the Shias have been pretty proficient at killing Americans when we come to their shores, like in Iraq and in Lebanon. But the Salafi jihadis, the ISIS, the Al-Qaeda.
Those are the guys. Joe says, don't worry. They're mostly peaceful. The backpacks are all safe. Now, I want to show you this. This is something you should be aware of. Minnesota's finished. Meanwhile, Mike Lindell wants amnesty. Look at the graphic here that's on Fox News. Minneapolis police put out these tips to the public. Don't walk alone. Only carry items you need. Be prepared to give up your cell phone, purse, or wallet. Don't fight with criminals. Be prepared to describe the suspects. What the hell's the cops doing, man? This sounds like a pacifist surrender when the Minneapolis police is telling you don't walk alone. This is crazy, man. Minnesota, Michigan. Is Texas next? Is Texas next? And you've got this gal, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's on Cameo now. For $150, you can get her to sing you happy birthday or say happy Ramadan. Damn sure won't say happy Hanukkah, will she? That's a face only a mother could love, ladies and gents. Last but not least, Charlie Kirk had a quote for everything. He had an answer for everything. You need to hear this one. Meanwhile, eat more bacon.
Islam is not compatible with Western civilization. Islam is at odds with all the freedoms that we enjoy. They do not believe in any separation between mosque and state. They do not believe in freedom of speech or freedom of expression. They do not believe in the freedom to criticize the government. The practices that we enjoy so great here in the United States of America. And here's the one thing that's the kicker. You have this axis, again, the red-green axis, this Mohammedanism axis. What do they have in common? Even though a lot of the Marxists are lesbians or gays or transgenders, they get along with the Muslims. They get along because they hate us. They hate the West and they hate the United States of America. Islam
He is not wrong. They will align to get rid of us, and then they find out that they're the ones that are going to be gotten rid of. The religion of peace has this gravity therapy that they use for the password people. That's what they do. You know what it is. You better wake up, ladies and gentlemen, because this is coming to a neighborhood near you. Don't want to scare you, but sometimes reality is the scariest shit you can run across. I'll see you in the next one.